another day, another extra IQ points straight from Don Kryptonium. And this video is very difficult for Don Kryptonium because in today's video, Don Kryptonium will share his investment thesis, or we should say speculation thesis, because this is what crypto is. We speculate on the fact that something will be successful. And yes, today Don Kryptonium will share everything what's here, over there. Don Kryptonium will tell you what Don Kryptonium look at, what Don Kryptonium thinks about when he look at the blockchain technology. But one thing you need to know, Don Kryptonium is not investment advisor. This is why it should not be treated as such. Don Kryptonium is great philosopher. Don Kryptonium like to think. This is why Don Kryptonium like making this video. And this video is coming in good faith. Because despite Don Kryptonium, you need to know, I have my biases, right? I like certain projects out of my own bias, and we are all biases. You need to understand, I'm not here to fight with your bias against my bias, but at this moment, Don Kryptonium still come in the good faith, because I'm small enough to not have incentivized bias, whether via sponsorships, whether via allocations or other things at this moment. So I opened the pages and we are going to discuss where to look for the value. What in blockchain captures the value? Because this is very common questions. Hey, which blockchain will be able to capture the value? And I got the question from Eric. No idea who is Eric, but seems many people like to listen to Don now. And he's, hey player, what else do you believe highly on besides Cosmos? So this, like, except Cosmos, I don't really know much, but I decided to respond in the broader perspective, what I look at when I think of blockchain, because there is many conflicting messages. And first thing, when you go to blockchain, you need to understand that there is many incentivize, right? Early last year, we had the massive talk about this project called Filecoin, really heavily invested by venture capitalists, as this coin will be Web3 storage for most important human data. And at some point, it was actually valued with fully diluted valuation at $200 billion. And you need to understand, it was pushed by many things. It was pushed by many people on Twitter. It was pushed by Winklevoss twins on Twitter. It was pushed by the Coinbase via big exchange that you would not really expect will be pushed. And that's what skyrocketed the price. But you need to understand, it was pushed because they had the bugs in it. So this is not what you want to do in blockchains. You don't really want to come and trying to collaborate with these VC funds and compete against them, because you will lose. You see, like, there was, if you would not have sold, you would more likely be down if you would invest in such project. Then other incentivize is crypto YouTubers that get incentivized by the micro projects, right? They get into sponsored videos, but these projects often appear in the peak of the bubble when they are able to raise big capital and dump basically on the retail. So those things we need to first exclude when we come into the blockchain. And I will tell you why I'm really interested in the Cosmos and what I'm looking at in the Cosmos ecosystem and how I see investing. And I don't think the passive speculation on the certain crypto token is the good choice here, because it's really difficult to just hold the token and make money. Most of the people will lose money doing it this way. So I believe something like active participation is the new form of being when it comes to the speculation in the blockchain. What I mean by that, I had the interview with the guy Jacob, right? He's big. Is it Jacob? Let's see. Jacob. Okay, it seems like, yeah, Jacob. So I had the chat on my channel, and I don't remember much things, but I remember one sentence that Jacob said to me. I was like, look, where the value will be captured, but because like when it comes to the Ethereum, everyone knows that Ethereum will capture the value of the broader ecosystem, right? Because the fees are paid in ETH, right? Like this is like easy, high fees, everyone using that, so it fuels the Ethereum price to go up because that's what people want to know. Then even when we would look at something like a Polkadot with this high fee structure via the Polkadot itself, it captures the value from the other projects if they build that. So I had the question, Jacob, where the value will be captured in project like Cosmos? And he responded, I will not be exact how he responded, but it was something like, it's not about where the value will be captured or what captured the value, but about where the most value will be created. And this is what you should look like, right? Because when you look at the certain blockchains, you need to think if this will capture the potential value. How to look? First of all, you would have to look at the certain ecosystem if the developers or institutions choose to build in this ecosystem. So I have chosen the Cosmos because it seems that it has good developers that provide a good toolkit for the institutions, for example, Binance and many other exchanges, Crypto.com, using the Cosmos ecosystem, Crypto.com even using Cosmos IBC. So it seems, hey, this is something good because many developers look at this and think this is the place we want to build. And I'm looking at many other projects, and there is many projects popping out in Cosmos, and it doesn't necessarily reflect in the price of the Cosmos, right? Like, because we saw the Cosmos being stagnating. So if the token doesn't necessarily capture the value, but there is many different projects building in this ecosystem, and potentially some of this project could be successful, what is the way to act? And I would not like to give the advice like, hey, buy Atom, hold it for the next 2 years, because what if the price of Atom goes to $10, maybe even less, but like I'm quite positive, like 10, 20, right? Let's say, then you would lose over 50%. But Cosmos is highly run by the enthusiasts and it's community driven. So what it means by that, there is not so many VC funds involved in the project. Like Juno, there is none. Osmosis, there is none. I believe there is none. I think Osmosis maybe got some funding, but like you look at these projects that are driven via community, so you remove the competition against the venture capitalists. And if you have Atom, despite it losing value, if you are active participant of the network, how to be active participant? For example, via providing the chain security via staking, via providing liquidity on the exchanges, let's say like Osmosis, and via voting on the governance, you're active participant, and via being this active participant, you might get rewarded via tokens of other projects, and then despite the price dropping, you still might be break even because you are receiving these other projects that appear, these new startups that appear, and many people are this way. So holding might be not necessarily enough to really be successful in this space. So as I look at this, and I was responding to Eric, we have, for example, project that I believe, Juno, I like it. I don't know if the price will be up or down, right? I'm prepared for it to go down. This is very important for me to say because some people call it trash. Look, I believe into this, and there was no VC fund venture capitalists invest in. This was like a fair drop, and it's the smart contract platform in Rust seems very upcoming. Many young developers enjoy building with that, so hey, maybe their capture will be valued. Don't treat this as the advice. Then from other side, what will appear in the cosmos, not necessarily probably with the, maybe there will be some drop, but they did have some big investors, which is Agoric, right? So now we have Ethereum, which is Solidity, Apps, Juno, Rust, and what's most popular maybe for a little bit older developers, this is programming in JavaScript. So Agoric is bringing this massive amount of the developers to the blockchain. So maybe Agoric will be the place which create a lot of value via creating a different app. So this is what I'm looking at. What will come and create the value, where the developers will be building, because essentially at the end of the day, this is what it means. The community and developers that will be building in the certain thing. Also, I have mentioned, for example, NFTs, which seems to be big trend, because we always have the trends and NFTs are a big trend. And there is other project that was easy to get exposure. In fact, even if you maybe not wealthy person, right? Let's say you were staking the $500 value previously of the Atom, which would be now maybe $1,000. If you were staking this amount, you are able to receive the airdrop that basically equals this amount right away. And including many other airdrops, right? So no venture capitalists, but basically fair drops. And, this is a little bit, it's actually, I'm not sure. Let's see, introducing Stargaze. So this is the most recent. And they even say much of this post is outdated. Stargaze is fast-moving project, and the current focus is the NFT market. So they plan different things, but as the trend changes, projects often adapt to the trend. But also, it doesn't mean that the other things that meant to be built in that disappear. And this is the Shane, which is creator of that. NFTs will replace all content. Many people think of NFTs and they actually see they see the JPEGs, right? They see the PFP, but NFTs essentially might not be that. Social token ownership will replace the social graph, and DAOs will moderate the current content. I don't know if it will happen, but if this trend would to extend, there is high chance that platform like Stargaze, interoperable with other blockchains, would be successful. So let's see, with the idea Stargaze protocol that reimagines the social network from purely crypto native content. The social graph is based off social token ownership. Content, including profile avatars, are NFTs, and curation and moderations are done by DAOs, which is decentralized autonomous organizations. So maybe the best thing will be, I will link this post. As I talk about this, it's pointless for me to read about this, but this is what I believe fits and this is why I decided to not sell the airdrop, but I hold the airdrop, and I even bought some stars, because I think this is what means active participation in the blockchain and community. From what I personally so far been benefiting, I don't know if it will be benefiting in the future, because we live in really crazy and speculative times, and we might go down. This is really important for you to understand, but this is basically what I look at. I look at for where the value is created, where good developers work, where most developers is interested. Maybe the projects that try to bring new developers to the ecosystem, like Agoric. So this is the way I think, and this was the reason why I was choosing certain projects over others. For example, why I choose the certain project, why I don't like Cardano, ADA, with very strong community. I'm still getting shit despite me saying, hey, I don't see price going up. It's very high value. But of course, it's important to keep in mind that at this moment, over 100 blockchains, over 100 crypto tokens, not necessarily blockchains, is valued at least 1 billion. And not sure if you remember, but not that many years ago, like it was a big thing if the startup was valued at 1 billion. And it seems now that if crypto projects is valued at 1 billion is nothing. But I believe the fact that it is like that we have over 100 projects valued at over 1 billion, shows you the risk we are in right now. So whatever you do, like, be really careful and don't necessarily listen to your crypto influencers, because they are highly incentivized and they don't necessarily think rational. Even when you look to, like, let's say I recommend you Cosmos, right? Even Jacob is pretty cool. I never seen him bullish. Like, his posts are actually like shitting on everything. But often you like the ecosystem and you follow people from the certain ecosystem, developers and stuff, and they will be actually biased towards that, and that could change your mentality. Hey, look, they are so biased, they tell we up only, and you will change your mind. So you need to try to stay objective, even like when you check the Twitter in the community, understand that we all want things to go up because that's how we make money. But it doesn't mean it will happen because the markets rule themselves, right? So that's for it. Don't cryptonymize out, and really comment, like, share, whatever. I hope I provide the good value, not only via love, but only via the great knowledge. Don't cryptonymize out.